Okay. So I don't usually make videos on Rec Room or my experience on Rec Room a lot. But I feel like considering the news right now, I feel like I had to speak about my mind. So here we go. So I didn't script anything. It's just gotta be above say something from the top of my mind. So where do I even start? I guess I can talk about how I first found about Rec Room and how I got into it first. I've been start playing Rec Room since January 2020. If you know about the year, that's when the pandemic happened, where everyone's got in lockdown. Though technically I wasn't fully in lockdown until March here in the U.S. But I think 2 months prior, that's when I got my Oculus Rift S, my very first VR headset, and I got a couple of games, just like I think Beat Saber is one of the first games I played. So, and there isn't much games out there that I want to try. So, much later, I looked through Steam to search for any VR games, and then I found Rec Room, and and something about the style and the screenshot they provided is intriguing. Plus, it's free to play, so I thought I'll give this a try, and and I first boot up, to put myself in the void, the black void with the Rec Room logo in front with the do 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 music, and first create my account, and that's where my Rec Room journey start. While looking like, hold on, this, yeah, I remember my first Rec Room outfit, so I guess we can start. My first moments, I fully remember my Rec Center experience, my first Rec Room Originals experience, which is Jumbotron. It's all pretty good, and, and it caught on to me very nicely. Something I never experienced before, considering I'm a new VR user. I'll keep in mind I was like around like 15 or 16 back then, so I'm pretty young. So I'm pretty good at demographic of Rec Room, and that's where I pretty much stuck on with Rec Room. I like all the games, the way all the functions. They're all these VR controls are pretty simple enough to for me to get around easily. They're simple at first, but they're also hard to master to get through. And I kept on playing a lot. I will fully log on almost daily. That's when I get the chance to do the weekly challenges. Remember those? Wow. I think the weekly challenges are the most I get from playing Rec Room, just by, you know, and then a goal to get other than completing quests or being a top player in PvP matches. And so I was having a lot of fun just meeting people and just play games. It's all so much simpler than having to express yourself. I'm not really a social person, mind you. I'm always a social anxious person, so it doesn't really apply much being in the VR space. So I'm always just a bystander most of the times. That's what I always often do in when I'm rec center or social space, just being there observing people. But I get some nice moments just being there, like funny stuff. Honestly, the community of Rec Room is alright. despite not interacting much. From the few people I get to interact in game, it's all good. Even though I encounter a lot of children, all the dumb people, but whatever, you're bound to encounter them. As years go by, I get to experience some of the changes Rec Rooms go by, including the UI changes, which I still don't get used around, and well, and I think the more I just try to stay with Rec Room, the more I have no chance to like keep playing it, because I pretty much keep on playing a lot of the weekly challenges over and over again. It's all the same thing. I was like, yeah, but I still get a neat prize, a neat weapon skin, even though it's another caution skin and all that. But I still got do something. I'm not really much of a fan, or this is no hate towards all the room creators, all the creative people here in Rec Room, but I'm not really interested, or just not the type to just go around the world, people custom rooms and all that. But there's yeah, you can tell this is not scripted, but whatever. I cannot deny there are a lot of creative rooms out there that have been explored a bit, which is nice and all that. But I guess I can tell you why there isn't much I can play about Rec Room, and why I haven't just keep on playing Rec Room recently. I think it's all the amount of changes and the subtle changes I've been noticing. Like the prices of the new clothing items you get are super stupidly expensive that an average player cannot get unless they spend money. Like so many expensive items. And another thing is they haven't released a lot more original content, instead just relying on player-made rooms with all the build battles, if I remember correctly, which is sucks for me because I'm always stick to Rec Room originals, and even then, there isn't new maps for PvP or new quests just new experiences like Rec Rally or Showdown. But even then, I don't think a lot of people, including myself, play them much. And the top of all that, they just they removed the weekly challenges, which is the one reason why I keep playing Rec Room, and it's all gone. So now what? I have no incentive to play Rec Room anymore, so I just stop playing. It doesn't matter if I made any friends, those are here, or any daily challenges that I can just do. What's the point? I can just hog all the tokens all I want, and do what? I might as well just switch to VR chat to explore more, instead of just playing basically what is essentially Roblox on VR. And that's what I did. I just switched to VR chat now, since I kind of get a lot more experience with just hanging around people. I know this is kind of sound dumb and all that, but that's how I feel. Just VR chat allows me to like explore more, despite not having much original content, instead of Rec Room itself with their lack of any original content recently. And then I hear about the layoffs, which is just sad to hear. But also I remember about the AI stuff they implemented, which also makes me really unhappy. Another reason why I just stopped playing Rec Room. Granted, I haven't done much with Rumi. I think my brother has experience with Rumi and said they're alright. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, AI it's gonna be a detriment. I'm an artist myself, so I have some distaste towards AI, especially generative ones. So I wouldn't say I'm honestly surprised that AI has also a contributor for why Rec Room hasn't been doing so hot. And that's where we are right now. Rec Room announcing they're closing. So I cannot help but feel a bit sad because I mean I kind of see it coming from all the layoffs, all the money situation they kept saying, but still I still feel sad because all the memories, all the times I spent in Rec Room from all, I guess, past 6 years at this point, and it's about to be gone. It's just different than, let's say, the recent Concord or High Guard. Like they just died off quickly, but like those services just shut down. But not Rec Room, because this game worked a lot. It's just that the developers hasn't been able to making a lot of dumb decisions that ultimately led to their downfall. In my opinion, from the way they keep making greedy decisions with the prices, AI, and the lack of new original content. The one reason why people keep playing the game is now they just keep pushing this UGC stuff like it's Roblox, and if I don't think for us to succeed it needs to be like Roblox, because Roblox has a lot of games. But it's a platform, not really a game. Despite most of the games they hosted is pure slop and lazy, Rec Room is not. Rec Room is its own thing. It's meant to be like a simple social VR game with its own unique style, with the beans, the overall aesthetic makes it much more special. That caught on with a lot of people, including me. But over time, they have been butchering it, that straight away from the path with full body avatars, and now making Rec Room Studio lets you put assets that deviates from this overall art style. I've been rambling a lot about Rec Room. It's a bit unfocused, but at the end of the day, I will never forget Rec Room for all the experience they allowed me to go through. And now it's about to end. I guess, well, as they say, all good things come to an end, even if it has some faults. So I suppose that's all I can say about here. I'll never forget Rec Room. I just hope things could have gone well if some decisions in the past were different. And I'll just hang around in VR chat instead. So this might be my first and only proper Rec Room video. and it's a sad one. So, bye bye.